Hello students, let us start the second module of the chapter Poverty as a Challenge. In the second module, we end the second module of the chapter with the distribution of poverty found in India. Now, in this part, we will see the distribution of poverty found in the world. So, our next heading is Global Poverty Scenario, the scene of poverty in the world. The ratio of poverty fallen from 28% in 1990 to 21% in 2001. So this is how we see that the ratio of poverty declined in the decade of 90s. As we know that World Bank measure the poverty ratio according to the measurement of the World Bank is those who earn more than $1 per day per person, they comes above poverty line, and those who earn less than $1 per day per person, they comes in below poverty line. In the world scenario, what we see is the poverty declined substantially in China and Southeast Asia. As you can see here in this map also, that China and Southeast Asia comes number one in world, this region in poverty, but because of the rapid investment in the human resource and in economic growth, now we see a steep decline in poverty in both these regions, in China and East Asia Pacific region. So this is how we see that in the world there are some regions where we see a steep decline of poverty, a rapid decline of poverty. In the countries of South Asia, the decline has not been as rapid as what we see in the China and Southeast Asia. As you can see here in this map also, this red color line shows the ratio of poverty during last 2 decades. From here, the poverty ratio declined to here. The poverty in South Asia was much less than China and Southeast Asia in 1980, while in 2000 the it comes just opposite. Now China and Southeast Asia comes has less poor people than Southeast Asia. We see a decline, but not so rapid as we see in China and Southeast Asia. The next thing that what we see in world is the region of Sub-Sahara. In Sub-Sahara, we see that poverty rose from 41% to 46%. Here we see that the ratio increased. As you can see here in this map also, in the Sub-Sahara region, in this diagram, the poverty ratio was this much in 1981, which was little bit increased, means 46% in 2001. So here are a region where we see increase in the poverty. In Latin America, the ratio of poverty remains same. Latin America means in North America and South America, except the country Canada and America, USA. Means from Mexico to in South Chile, all these nations comes in Latin America, the nation which use the language Spanish, and also Brazil comes in Latin America, though the language used by Brazil is Portuguese. Here what we see is that the poverty remains same. As you can see here in this diagram also, the poverty remain same. We cannot see an increase and decrease in the poverty. So this is how, as you can see in this diagram, first one is the nation where we see a rapid decrease or decline in poverty. Second one, the region South Asia, the region where we see a decline in poverty but not so rapid. Third one, those region, that is the South Sub-Sahara region, those region where we see increase in poverty ratio. And the fourth one is that region of the world where we see no change in poverty ratio. So that was the scenario of the poverty in world. Now why we see poverty in India? What is the reason behind it? That is our next topic, which is causes of poverty. The British rule, this is the major reason behind this. 200 years back, when the Britishers comes in India, at that time India was known as Golden Bird. It was a very good network of industries also in India, of cottage industries. The products made by these cottage industries are too much famous in all over the world, the clothes and other things. Plus our agriculture, we also produce a lot of agriculture products, food grains, and we are totally dependent on us. But when the Britishers comes in India, they destroy all these things. They destroy our network of cotton industry and establish their own cotton mills. Not only this, they took all the gold and other precious things from India to their country. And this is how, when in 1947, after 200 years, when they left India, at that time India comes number 3rd in world, but from bottom, means 3rd poorest nation of the world. The golden country became the 3rd poorest nation of the world just because of the British rule. Rural economy, as we know that 70% of our population lives in rural areas, and 70% of people of our total population engaged in rural primary sector, and only 30% people are engaged in the secondary and tertiary sector. So this is how we are much more depends on rural economy. Not only this, in our GDP, 40% of GDP comes from agriculture sector, which is not good. The country which are getting maximum percentage of their GDP from tertiary sector, they are developed nations, while the countries which get maximum number of their GDP from agriculture sectors, they are poor countries. In India still we get 40% from agriculture sector, though after independence we were getting more than 70% from agriculture. It is declined, but still a large part of our GDP comes from agriculture, or we can say the primary sector, which is not good. And this is also one of the reasons behind the poverty in India. The third point is the reason which is the most important reason, and the problem behind each and every the reason behind each and every problem, either of social science or any other kind of problem, and that is the problem of population. We can take an example here, like in Switzerland. Switzerland earn 1000 rupees is the income of a Switzerland, while the income of a India is this much rupees, but the total population of Switzerland is 10, means per person income is 100 rupees in Switzerland. In India the total population is this much, means the total income of a per person in India is only 1 rupees. Means on one side India is world's 3rd largest economy, and we are getting a lot of money, are producing a lot of money, but on another side we consumed it a lot because of a big population, a huge population. So the money is divided in that population. So this is the major reason behind it. The chronic unemployment and the underemployment. Chronic means a long period. In India what we see, when a person become unemployed, he become unemployed for a long period. He doesn't get job easily in India because there is a lack of employment in India. and that is why we found poverty in India. The another reason is underemployment. As we already discussed that 70% of India's population live in village, and this underemployment means the disguised unemployment, which we already done in our last chapter, found in India. For example, this is a piece of a land. Here the villagers produce rice and they produce 10 kg rice, and the people who are working in this area is 15 people. 15 people produce 10 kg rice, but if 5 people do this work here, then these 5 people produce 10 kg rice. They can also produce 10 kg rice, means that 10 people, there is no need of the 10 people here. Even then they are doing work and they look that they are employed, but the truth is that they are not employed, they are unemployed. This is known as hidden unemployment or the underemployment, or we can say the disguised unemployment. This type of situation is found in India a lot, and this is also one of the major cause behind poverty in India. Lack of proper industrialization. In India we found industrialization, but still we are very backward from the industrial point of view. Hardly 3% of working population is engaged in India in large scale industries, and whatever we produce consumer goods like soap, clothes, sugar, leather, oil, etc., and we are not producing goods industries those type of goods which are used by another industries or which gives us foreign exchange. And we also need the upgradation of the old industry in India. This is also one of the reasons behind poverty found in India. The another reason is the social factors. There are many social factors behind poverty found in India, like illiteracy. Still many people in India are illiterate. Our literacy rate is only 65%, which is increasing. In round 1 it goes more than 70%. That's good, but still 25 to 30% people are illiterate in India. The next thing is that the size of family, the same thing, that is population. The size of family is very big in India. If a person earns 10,000 rupees, the size of the family is 6% in a family or 8% in a family, means each person gets only 1,000 rupees or less than 1,000 rupees monthly, which is very low. If the size was only 3 or 4, then each person will get more than 2000 or 2050 rupees. The law of inheritance, and the main thing is the caste system. As we already discussed that in India, particular caste people are not allowed to do many works, and they are also not allowed for education, and that is why they are found very poor in India. So these are some factors or causes behind the poverty found in India. That's all in our third module of the chapter. Any kind of problem and doubt or whatever you want to say, you can send your comment to me. I will definitely reply you, or you can visit to my blog, which is bipindogra.blogspot.in. Thank you.